Hey, welcome. This is Angela Marsh, the GPS lady. Hey, thanks for tuning into my podcast. Really appreciate it. Hey, I've had my YouTube channel. It's called Outdoor Recreation Using GPS out there for a few years. And all you see is my hands and you hear my voice. But it dawned on me the other day, I never ever shared with you why I created these videos and why I went to the extent I did to learn everything I possibly could know about Garmin GPSs. Well, let me tell you, several years ago, and I'm talking years, I was hiking South Mountain, and I'm in Arizona, with a group of friends of mine that I had hiked with for 2 or 3 seasons. And I was dutifully following them because this is the very first time that I had been there. Now, the day didn't start out as I wanted. We got to the actual trail an hour and a half later than previously scheduled. And also, the temperature was about 15 degrees warmer than what it should have been. So, the temperature, that's an indicator that we should have made this a short hike. Well, lo and behold, we're hiking along and there are many, many trails on South Mountain. And I was just following the leader and they got us lost. So we ended up in this one canyon and I volunteered to kind of hike up the side of this so I could at least get some type of aerial view of where we were and where we needed to be. Well, in the process of doing that, I hyperextended my right calf muscle. If you ever played around with one of those thick rubber bands and you snap it real hard, well, that's what happened to my calf muscle. And realistically, I was out for about 3 months with it. Well, I was lucky enough to have a walking stick with me that my father made out of a saguaro spine. And I used that as the other leg, and we hobbled our way out. Now, at this point, we still didn't know what direction we were heading. And there was a group of guys on little mountain bikes that came by, and they purposely stopped me and asked me, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And I says, "Well, besides, I'm kind of pissed off because we're lost and I just want to get back to my car. I just want to go home." So the other one says, "Are you feeling okay?" And I says, "Well, I'm too angry to feel anything at this point." So they had me sit down, and I guess I was whiter than a sheet. And so they gave me these, they're like little electrolyte chews. And he says, "Chew one of these, take a sip of water, eat another one, another sip of water. I want you to eat the whole package." Well, unbeknownst to me, um, we had been hiking out there for a while, and I was so angry because we were lost, I was not drinking water. So therefore, I lost a lot of my electrolytes. Okay. That's not a good thing. I lost my minerals and my electrolytes. And that's what was in these chews that these gentlemen had given me. So I'm sitting there and all of a sudden everything went white. I'm not kidding you. I went back, and for those of you that know the show Sanford and Son, I felt like Sanford saying, "Elizabeth, I'm coming," because that's what it felt like. Well, I came forward and my vision cleared. And basically, what happened at that point is all the electrolytes that I had eaten, those little chews, those had finally hit my system, and it kind of shocked my system. So the guys gave me another package of these little chews, and he said every 15 minutes you eat one of these and take a drink of water. So I did that, and then they showed us where the parking lot was, or basically how to get back to the parking lot. So about an hour and a half later, we finally got back to the parking lot, and there was a bench there. So I went and I sat down at the bench just to get just to relax and like, thank God I'm almost in my car, and I'm gonna be happy, right? Well, I went and I looked at my Camelback to see how much water I had. I only had maybe 2 or 3 sips of water. Yeah, this isn't a good thing. We got out there late. I got angry because we were lost. I hurt myself. I wasn't drinking water. I mean, it was just a total recipe for complete disaster. But I really appreciate those guys giving me those electrolytes at the point that they did, because honestly, I would have been airbacked off that mountain within another hour and a half if those guys hadn't stopped me. Now, when I got home, I vowed at that point in time that I would never, ever be without some type of device that will tell me how to get from point A to point B. I will no longer rely on someone else for my safety. And that's when I just grabbed everything I possibly could. I read everything I possibly could. And fortunately, I worked at Sportsman's Warehouse in the optics department where we sold GPSs. So when I worked there, I got firsthand knowledge on how to use the whole range of handheld Garmin GPSs. And I wanted to share that information. So then I started my classes there, and I taught those classes for about 8 years. So I just wanted to share this story with you. And it's also the driving reason why I have the YouTube channel, why I have these videos out there. Because there's a lot of videos out there that, okay, this is my hiking trip, da 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 da. This is how you've got this whole video, okay, a 15-minute video, and all I want to know is how to do this, this, and this. But I've got to sit through 15 minutes of this just to find that out. No, doesn't happen that way. I like short and sweet videos. Unfortunately, this one's going to be a little bit longer, but I like short and sweet videos to the point because I have things to do. You have things to do. I want to be that resource for you in knowing and understanding how your Garmin GPS works. And I really, really do appreciate all my subscribers. I hope more jump on the bandwagon as I'll have more podcasts and I'm going to have more videos. And hey, thank you again very, very much. Once again, hey, this is Angela Marsh, the GPS lady, signing off. See ya.